steaks were good, rubber burner. I didn't realize you could cook like that.
Well, what can I say? It's one of my specialties.
Yeah, I can do a fair share on the grill too. I'll have to make some. I don't know though. They were good. I don't know if I can top that. I can do
Well,
a mean chicken though.
maybe we'll test yours out this evening or something then.
All right, that'll work. Um, I got a text message there while you were cleaning up the grill. The shop has that a good deal on a used plow, and I let the guy know when I was picking up that last loader that you were complaining about the width of your plow. So he actually found one, and I think you'll be happy with it. It's actually a case, um, but he had one up there, and he said. Come up, pick it, drop your plow off, pick it up, try it on that field, and if you like it, he'll work a trade out on it.
Well, that's not a half bad idea, cause you know what, I'll run up there with the plow I got now, cause if it's anything at all good, then I'm getting rid of that thing. It's too small and it's a pain in the rear end to use, if you ask me.
Yeah, I kind of figured this one is definitely wider, so I think you'll like it. So why don't you give that a try? I got one more load. Some of the equipment is not ready to be shuttled down yet. They're doing some, I don't know, some kind of minor setups for them for us for our computers and the tractors. So they're not ready yet. Your front end loader is ready though, so I think I'm going to run that down to your cow area. Yeah, yeah, your piggy area. I got it all confused. We'll run it down to your piggy area, drop that off, and then I think I'm going to grab my tractor. I want to do some field work too. I want to get out there and just relax.
Yeah, sounds like a plan, man. All right, well, I'm gonna get after it, and I guess we'll catch you on the flip side, right?
All right, buddy. Don't forget your radio.
10-4. So we'll take a run down here, and yeah, I'm real interested to see what kind of plow this is. Well, we know, I guess it's a Case IH. It's just a matter of what kind of condition it's in and whatnot. Because if it's in any, oh dear, we've taken the wrong direction. So I guess we'll pull a U-turn. That didn't take long, right? And if it's in any kind of good condition, then we're taking it. Because I can't stand this bloody thing. Like, it's just not my style. Alright, let's park this thing here. Jump in the old deuce fire. We got some dirt on her already, though. That's for sure. Now, we need to fold it up. Alright, and thinking about which way is the easiest way to get there. I'm thinking that cutting her to the left might be the best idea for us. So that was an absolutely fantastic meal, and to be honest with you, I pretty near fell asleep there. That was a little rough. Oh dear, we've got Doughboy coming up on us here. He's probably going to be blasting his horn any time now. Blast mine and see if we can't wake him up. Yeah, we'll pull off to the side. See if he wants around us. He'll be a little bit quicker getting there than we will, I'm sure. That is a nice looking rig he's got there. I'm a little jealous. He hasn't handed me the keys just yet, but hopefully we can gain his trust before too long. Alright, clear to the left. clear to the right. And we're just going to keep on rolling. Should probably turn our beacons on. And as per usual, I think we'll give you guys a little drone perspective from our video blog. There's somebody coming up on us. He's not going to be too happy to be stuck behind us, but he's not Doughboy, so I'm not pulling over. Now, I think that the dealership it got sent to, or Doughboy was talking about rather, is the tractor dealership up here. I can only assume it wouldn't be the dealership for the Ford dealership or Dodge dealership or any one of those. Alright, let's get ready to pull it in here and see exactly what we got. Now, my understanding is when you're dropping off old equipment, they want you to take it to the very back here. That looks like the plow they're talking about right there, actually.
Hey, Rubber Burner, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear, buddy.
Hey, just loading up your front end loader here, and I just thought about something. Did we mess up the order maybe? Because I have a manure fork, which obviously, yeah, you need that down at the piggies. But I got a silage blade here. Did we order two by mistake? Because there's no bucket either. So there's no bucket for this case loader.
That's a good question. Are you sure we didn't order that for the PTA though? Because I've got that Ford tractor down at the Peggy's with the front loader on it.
You know what? You're right. That's what we did do. When we did the tour of the BGA, we didn't like their equipment, so we decided to buy them something. That's right. All right, I'll take this up and deliver it to the BGA then. I'll get down to the piggies some other time because your baling equipment and stuff for down at the pig and sheep, it's not ready yet. They're still wiring up the computer.
Okay, 10-4, buddy. Alright, we're all hooked up now. Let's get her down to the farm and see what kind of damage we can do. What the heck is going on with this steering? Alright, something's messed up here. I don't know what. This is like, I know these are electronic power steering. I don't know if I've got some sort of setting going on incorrectly here or what it is, but something's not right. Yeah, I'm getting ready to give up here. I think I might have to give Doughboy a call and give him the down low because something is clearly not okay. Doughboy, you got your ears on?
Yeah, go ahead.
I actually seem to be having, it's ironic, I'm just pulling out of the dealership here and I seem to be having some problems with my tractor here.
Really?
Yeah, it's as if, I know these things are electronic power steering and whatnot, it's as if it kind of wants to do its own thing here.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. I might have to drop this thing off and Maybe I'll try hooking up to the case and see if that works any better for me.
Well, you're here. Why not? I mean, that's under warranty. Have them take a look at it and take your case. The case is ready to rock and roll. I just didn't get it transferred yet. It's the equipment that they're putting the right sensors on and the right plugs. So if you want to drop it, take the case, go right ahead. But go in and fill out a work order and let them get that in there and take a look at it.
Yeah, will do, buddy.
Hey, I was just trying to call you too. You want to remember where the BGA is. Is that down there at the Green Earth Biogas?
Oh, Lord, I'm not 100% sure. I might have to take a look at my map for that. Yeah, just looking at the map now, and I'm quite certain that's exactly where it's at.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember. I figured I'd ask you, see if you remembered. I'd hate to drive all the way down there with this because I didn't realize that this loader had the dual fronts, so I'm actually didn't get permits.
Shh, don't say that too loud.
Exactly my point. So I'd hate to drive all the way down there and be in trouble.
Yeah, 10-4. All right, so I'll hook up with you in a bit then. Alright, so I'm going to drop this plow off here, and yeah, I got to pull this thing into the dealership, because watch this now. I'm just barely turning this, and the steering wheel just takes off on its own. So, I am really hoping that they can tell me what's... Yeah, see, this is just absolutely nuts. So I can barely steer this thing right now. So I'm going to drop it off here, and we'll shut it down and let this be their issue. That is a pretty looking case there. Let's walk into the dealership and fill ourselves out a work order, and I'll be right back, guys. All right, so they just handed me the keys to the case. She is good to go. They said it's, I was talking to one of the mechanics inside, and they said it's actually a fairly common issue with those douche fires. There's a computer update that they need to put in it that they forgot. They haven't got around to doing it yet. So they said that they would take a look at it as quick as they can. And as soon as they get it figured out, then they would give me a jingle. And we can come back and grab it. But that's fine. We do have this here case. They said, it's 100%. It's good to go. It was one of the last ones it was the most recent one that they got finished. Getting fixed up for us. So we'll take this guy, I guess, and give her a go. I'm excited to use a big Magnum like this. Can't say that I ever have before. Now, the ironic thing is that we need to go, right there. Actually, no. Field 18. See, I'm lost already. That's how quickly it happens to me. Actually, we can just head down the road this way now that I think about it. For that matter, we could have driven up the field or done one more pass, and we'd have been good to go, but that shows you my map skills. So, can't say I'm 100% pleased. You'd think when you spend the kind of money that we've spent on new equipment, they give you a tank of fuel that's topped right off to the rim, but they clearly did not. We are a little bit short here. I mean, that's not the end of the world. It's not a deal breaker or anything like that, but just kind of frustrating more than anything. Alright, so we're just pulling into the field here now. The radio, much easier to figure out on this girl. Alright, so we'll unfold her, see what kind of damage we can do. Now, Doughboy wasn't too pleased when I made mention that I might have driven in another farmer's field, but he'll get over it. That being said, this tractor, or this implement, I think will be much easier to avoid that. I just wanted to grab that little patch there, and then we'll whip it around and go again. Alright, a little bit of traffic coming both directions. And we gotta set ourselves up another GPS course here. Alright, so that looks like a pretty good GPS line there. We'll lock that in. Hopefully that gets us straight down the row. Let's even try clicking on our cruise control. We'll hop in cab and see how she pulls. I think this tractor here, we have got boatloads of extra horsepower compared to the Deuce Fire. This implement actually only requires 250 horsepower, whereas the Salford that we were using required it required 300 horsepower. So we've got a larger working width, and it requires less horsepower, so we're going to be burning less fuel all around. This is the only way to go, in my opinion. So I was discussing with Doughboy over lunch, and we have agreed that we're going to have to bring in some hired help at some point in time. There is just way too much work for us to do, and clearly not enough time, and that doesn't work for us. So if we're gonna keep it in the green, we gotta bring somebody in. I think that's the key. Now, kind of starting to look like our GPS route may not have been the greatest. Looks like we're going to be a little far off, but you know, if we have to, we'll whip it around and we'll scoop up what's left over. Otherwise, we'll just plow it under with the cultivator. I mean, these little strips that we're talking about are not the end of the world. Boy, this tractor, she barely got to move. Ooh. Saw the shadow of a few birds flying out of her. Barely have to move. That's not the correct term I was looking for. Just barely got to pull it. It's you know, I've got no RPM being used whatsoever, and it's pulling this thing for a joke. Yeah, we are definitely leaving a strip behind. We'll probably end up cleaning that up at a later point in time. But for now, I really want to focus on the bulk of this because there's just so much to do. So you know what? It's been a little while since I've done this. I think I'm going to go drone view. And I'll give you guys a little time lapse of some of the work that we do. So hang on to your hats and just sit back and relax. You don't have to listen to me constantly, which is a nice plus. And enjoy the views.
I just assumed I'd play the part of keeping you in the right direction. No matter how your confidence may fall, I'll be here as your foundation. And I say, hey, yo, just let it go. Your struggles won't remain. And I say, hey, yo, we're holding hope and wake up yesterday. So hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me. Please don't wait here until your faith is shaken. There's a whole lot of good on your mind and on my mind. And I know that right now I'd like to play the part to rebuild you one more time. And I say, hey, yo, just let it go. Your struggles won't remain. And I say, hey, yo, we're holding hope and wake up yesterday. So hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me.
Sorry about that, Doughboy. What was that?
I said, have you run that new case into a tree or a telephone pole yet?
I'm a whole lot more careful with this thing than I am with anything else I've ever owned.
Well, that Dutes is a little about as expensive, if not more.
Well, yeah, you know how I feel about my Case IH, though.
True enough. Fair enough. How you like that plow?
This plow is 10 times better. Easier to control, easier to pull. It's just, this is the cat's meow right here.
Yeah, he was talking to me about, I love my turbo plow here that I'm pulling now, but he was talking to me about a John Deere, a 50-foot that he has up there. He said, I'll have to try that out sometime. And I'm thinking, on some of these bigger fields, I just may have to.
Yeah, you're starting to see how big of a task this is now, aren't you?
Yeah, and I'm really thinking about taking them up on that offer to demonstrate the big bud. They've really been trying to get us to get that on. Well, he's been trying to get that on my farm since I can't remember when, but I just don't really have a huge interest in her. But I don't know, man. they're giving us access to the big bud, and all we have to do is demonstrate it and have it be available for other farmers to check it out. And I'm really considering it.
The size of these fields, we may not have a choice. Otherwise, we're never going to get this work done in spring. And the fact that they're willing to offer us the opportunity to use it, it's. I think you're right.
Yeah, not to mention we're already getting phone calls asking, if we're going to be able to supply the grain and supply the orders next year, because after telling them that what was in stock was molded, they're already asking if we're going to be able to meet the demand, and that's going to require us to get all these fields ready.
And there's a lot of fields left to be done.
Yeah, I know. I'm a little worried, but then again, that's why they offered us the paycheck they did.
That's true. I can't argue that. Well, maybe, I think this is a discussion that we'll have to go into more detail on, maybe over supper or something.
No, I agree. I just wanted to see how you were making out with the tractor, see how you liked it and liked the plow. That was what my intentions were.
Well, I see you finally decided to join me, which I do appreciate.
Yeah, you got to drive down there to that BGA. I mean, it's real close to the farm. Heck, there's a back way in right across from our entrance. But it's gonna be fun when we start hauling straw and manure and stuff down there for the BGA to get our digestate, because it's a dirt road access, and it's a fun one.
Well, that's going to depend on whether or not I get the keys to anything at all. You know what I'm saying here?
Touche. I gotcha. But we may actually. I thought about it down there, and I may have to send some of my contractors down. We bought them that nice new front end loader. They don't have a vehicle shelter to park it under.
Really?
Yeah, so it's sitting out in the sun and the rain and everything else.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. We spent all that money on that there thing, and it's just sitting there out in the wide open.
Well, technically we didn't. The investors did, but I'd like to keep the investors around for a while, so we need to show them that we're taking care of their equipment.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, I'm gonna continue plowing here.
Yep. Me too. I'm gonna kick back and just enjoy the scenery. It is beautiful out here.
10-4. Sounds good, buddy. All right. Let's see if I still remember how to actually lift a plow. Been going one direction for so long. Wasn't really expecting to hear from Doughboy this early, but it is good to see he was able to get that work done fairly quickly. And maybe by the end of the day we'll actually have one field plowed. Wouldn't that be nice? So, he kind of interrupted our timeline, or time lapse rather. So I think we'll jump back into our drone view for the video log, and we'll jump right back in it. Well, I think that's enough time for a time lapse, so to speak, for today. See Doughboy pulling circles over here. Not 100% sure what he's doing. Can only assume he's just trying to create some straight lines there. Make life a little bit easier for himself. Now he's getting to feel the struggle that I went through this morning.
It's getting closer and closer.
Yeah, it's still pretty wide out there on the top end, but one of these days we'll get there.
Yeah, I hear you.
So, listen, I just received a phone call, actually. Somebody applying for the job here on the farm.
Oh, yeah? I was hoping. I was going to talk to you about that. I think we ought to hire some helpers to come on and help us get ahead of schedule here, even if it means we got to lease a couple more tractors. I wouldn't be totally against leasing a couple tractors on. I don't want to buy them outright, but if we can get some good employees that know what they're doing, I wouldn't be against getting a couple tractors on a lease.
Yeah, no, I'm not opposed to that whatsoever. Well, I was thinking maybe here very shortly, once I get a little bit more of this field done, because he's right close in the area. Maybe I could send him off into another field, get him plowing, kind of try him out for the rest of the day, see how he does, because the guy's got tons of experience. He's got like 20 plus years on a farm. Just not used to this kind of big equipment, but I'd kind of like to see what he can do with it. And maybe I could kind of jump in another tractor and get some fertilizing done at the same time.
Well, it sounds like a good plan, but are you sure he's going to want to come over and do this already? I mean, we are looking at 5:30 already in the afternoon or in the evening. I was already starting to think, my belly's rumbling a little bit. Of course, it could be just gas from the steaks, but
Is it 5:30 in the evening already? Wow, man, time flies, eh?
Well, and your fields are 50 miles long.
Yeah, this is a good point. Okay, well, I never gave him that idea as of yet. So maybe I'll call him up and tell him we'll give him a try first thing tomorrow morning.
Hey, that sounds good to me. That sounds like a plan. If he's available, have him come over. We'll throw a couple extra on the grill tonight and at least sit down and have a chit-chat with him and get to know him a little bit. Make sure it's going to be a fit that way. I mean, yeah, if a guy can drive, that's great, but he's got to be able to get along with us, too.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'll give him a jiggle and see what he has to say.
All right, well, let me know when you want to head back in and throw something together.
10-4, buddy. Well, I guess we probably should give this guy a jiggle, eh? Oh, let me see if I can find his phone number here somewhere. I did write it down, didn't I? Goodness, I can't find it anywhere here. I might have to go through my cell phone and see if I got a most recent phone call. Yeah, there it is, right there. Let's give him a jingle, see what he has to say. There we go, ringing now. Hello, Mr. Anderson. Yes, sir. How's it going today? Not too bad. Yourself? Good, good. Hello, Mr. Anderson. Yes, yes. It's Rubber Burner calling you back. Okay, okay. What are you thinking, buddy? Well, I just discussed it with Doughboy, and he's very open to meeting with you. In fact, if you'd like to meet up for supper this evening, that would be just fine and dandy. We can throw something extra on the barbecue, and we'll have you all hooked up here.
About your rubber burner, you got a copy?
Just 1 second, buddy. Doughboy, I'm just on the phone with Mr. Anderson right now. Just give me 2 more seconds, all right?
10-4.
Yeah, so does that sound all right to you? Yeah, absolutely. What time were you thinking? Well, I could make, I'm just in the tractor right now. I could make, 1 more pass down. You say you're, close in the area. If that works for you, then I'll meet you down there. Yeah, absolutely. I'll meet you on the farm then. Sounds good, buddy. All right, we'll talk to you later. Yep, we'll talk to you later. Doughboy, get your ears on.
Yeah, hey, just want to let you know here quick. I'm gonna head down to the farm after I finish this row. I'm gonna get something out and start it cooking, and at least start it thawing. But I think it'd be a good idea if when you come down, head down that way, head down to the farmhouse. Let's have a little chit chat about getting this moving forward with this and getting this done a little quicker.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Just give you a heads up. I did tell him I was just going to make 1 more pass down the field, and we'll meet him for supper. So if you want to have this conversation real quick, then maybe we should just scoot it. Or do you, like, before we meet up with him? Or is it all right if he's already there? Or what do you want to do there?
You and I can have our discussion after. That's no problem. I just want to get things lined up so we can move forward with this. I actually, funny thing, after you called about him, I was just sitting here and my phone started going off. We actually have a couple other people interested in doing some field work for us too, or anything. A couple, and ranging, everything from some kids that are out for the summer that have worked on the farm before we bought it, to I have another couple people that have quite a few years experience too. So that's part of the reason why I wanted to talk to you. I think we actually could bring on a nice little group of people and we can get this thing rolling.
Yeah, okay, that sounds like a plan. I'll just meet you at the far end of the field then.
Yeah, like I said, just, obviously drop the plow and bring it, plow it all the way down. There's no point in driving the length of the field without plowing it. But
yeah.
See you when you're done.
10-4. All right, so kind of looking like we might have a game plan now. Goodness, it is starting to get dark already. As you can see, I just had to flip my headlights on. I wasn't expecting to have people calling for jobs already. We did throw a job offer out there just so we could start feeling people out. But, well, I mean, I just got a phone call, and Doughboy's obviously just got a phone call himself. So, we might just have some hope yet. So not much further now. We'll get unhooked, and now that he mentioned his belly rumbling, well, let me tell you, mine's starting to do the same. I could use some grub right now. He mentioned chicken, and I love me a good piece of chicken. Let me tell you. So, definitely interested to see what Mr. Anderson has to say. That'll be interesting, to say the least. But I'm excited. I'm hopeful. That's for sure. Because we need it. As you heard earlier, we've been receiving phone calls, making sure that the orders are going to be in. I think they're a little bit worried that they think we should have been further along by this point in time. And to be frank, I think they might be correct. So we'll go with the flow, and we'll see what happens from here, I guess. Get ourselves a little radio going just for the end of this here row. Gotta have something to listen to. I'd go crazy if I didn't have a radio in my tractors. Man, oh man alive. Now that I say that, though, the row coming up real quick. I'll be happy to get out of this thing for a little while, though. Alright, well, this seems as good a spot as any, I guess. Gotta make sure we don't park it in the bushes this time. That Doughboy, he just about had a fit last time when he seen we left the plow in the bushes. So we'll just shut it off here. And we'll hop out. Oh, I better shut the lights off, otherwise he'll have a fit about that too. Brand new tractor, I'm sure the battery would hold up just fine, but you know, I'm gonna have to run over and grab this here gator. Otherwise,
Hey, I'm back here at the farmhouse. He's not here yet, but I got a cold one in hand waiting for you when you get back here.
Alright, I just jumped in the gator. I am on my way. Alright, cold one. That is what I am talking about. This gator is coming in handy. Oh, look at there. There he is. What are you saying, old man?
Oh, I'm saying it's been a long day, but I want to get that field done. So I grabbed some chicken out. It's on the barbecue. Here's your cold one, by the way.
Thank you very much.
I grabbed some chicken. It's on the grill already. So I'm mosey back over there. I just made sure we didn't have any broken tooth there. But go get that done. We eat that. You and I have a little chit chat. I think we should. You and I should get back out there, at least get that field finished. But we'll see what's going on, see how this guy works out, and maybe we might be able to bring him on.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Oh, I just had to sit and relax my feet for a little while there, folks. It's been a long day. So I just want to thank everybody for joining me once again for another County Line Let's Play. It has been an absolute blast. Tune in next time to see how Mr. Anderson makes out with his job interview, and if in fact we hire him or some of the people that Doughboy's gotten in touch with. Maybe finally we'll actually get one field plowed. Wouldn't that be a nice change? Don't forget to check out our social media accounts. They are Facebook and, well, me and Doughboy both have Facebook. I also have Twitter. Don't forget to check out PC-SG as well as 3 Dudes Gaming. Don't forget to check out Doughboy's channel for the other half of this episode. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, well, now is the time to do it, y'all. Don't forget to check out the other members don't forget to check out the other YouTubers that I have listed below as well. And I think that's going to do it for today. So until next time, see ya!